So, for some of you that may say, before we even get to it, okay, the beginning looks so busy, why is the next one so far away? This is what we call the technicality of the course. The time allowed is a factor. It changes how you think of a course and how you ride a course. So Leopoldo is very famous for his short time allowed, and he loves to make you gallop, to have to chase the time, and gives you something very, very difficult to jump after that. So I before even when I came yesterday and I looked just to see what was set up, I visualized this exercise in my head before even getting here. So basically we ride the 2 stride, and to make the time allowed, we're gonna have to get as quickly as we can to number 5. So again, when I walk this course, I'm walking an inside line right to it. This is what we call a triple bar. As you can see, there's a very low pole, a very medium height, and a high bar, and a very large width. So if somebody say, well, what's the difficulty in this fence? To be quite honest, there isn't a lot of difficulty jumping that. It's basically with the speed that you're coming at. This is what I call a free fence. But it doesn't become a free fence with what he has in the back of it. So getting here quickly and jumping that is really easy. But what we have to face afterwards is the complication. So basically, he invites you to make the time allowed here, but punishes you for it on the back side. So that's your course designer strip. So again, 3 feet. When I have a triple bar, and I'm coming from far away, remember when I said I'm going to land about 3 feet from the fence? I'm going to cheat a little, and because I'm going to land about 4 feet away from this fence, because I'm traveling at so much more rhythm than the way we started. 1 stride, 2 stride, 3 stride, not doable. Okay, 4th stride is here. Nearly impossible to leave this fence up. To leave this fence up, I got to be 3.5 feet away from this fence. The reason, it's narrow, it's very careful, it's in a very difficult place in this international ring, beside the Devil's Dyke, with the Jumbotron in the back, the British House. It's really narrow. The horses put their eye on the gate at the bottom. The color is not a color inviting for a horse to jump. This is going to make a lot of faults. And the distance is very short. You are forced to come so fast to this triple bar to make the clock, and this distance is short. So how are you going to solve this is, in my mind, without even further look at this, is I would come and try to make, this is a straight line, but I'm going to try to make this a bending line. I'm going to buy myself some real estate a little bit out of bound. So basically, I'm going to come very fast to this triple bar to make the clock, but I'm going to jump out a little bit and try to make this a bending 4 that I have 3.5 feet in front of gap to let my horse get in the air. If I come fast on a huge stride to make the clock and I'm straight, I'm going to need to make my horse stand still for a stride, a half halt almost, which I don't really like because it's a difficult fence enough to jump. So I like putting a little bend. Sometimes we do cheat with that a little bit. Even if it's a straight line, we can put a little bend to give ourselves some room. But this is for sure the most difficult fence on this course to leave up. Anyway.